function related to the Seaborn, that is advanced plot. Actually, see here, dear friends, actually previously we have just seen the various plots in MATLAB, but there are still a few visualization left that we want to discuss. It is actually first we will revise bar plot, since Seaborn offers some neat additional features of them. So moreover, we will cover the kernel density estimation and correlogram and violin plot here in advanced plot. Okay, by one. So let as a first step, I just include the importing the necessary modules for making it for employing the plotting. Okay, and let we just go for the bar plot. See, we have already explained how to create a bar plot with matplotlib, but creating bar plots with subgroups was quite tedious. But Seaborn offers a very convenient way to create various bar plots. They can also be used in Seaborn to represent estimates of central tendency with the height of each bar, while uncertainty is indicated by error bars at the top of the each bar which it is specifying. And see here, dear friends, here we are just going to make use of data set, that is a salary. Okay, and I just want to know what is thing here. It is used the style as white grid and having the attributes of X as education, Y as a salary, and hue it is in district. Okay, so the hue district, it is the main thing which we are just going to have it as a bar. Okay, that is the classes or the module which we are just going to have it. And yeah, see here, dear friends, so here the district is which it just gives the queens or bronze or broccoli, whatever the thing. So here we are having the 5 district, and according to that district, as we have already seen in the education, we are having 3 different classes, that is no diploma, high school diploma education, and academic degree. We already just know. So with this formation, how this Seaborn is used to give this snippet of a colorful that is a neat additional features of making it in a visualization. Okay, the next one is kernel density estimation. And see here, dear friends, actually kernel density estimation, actually it is often useful to visualize how variables of a data set are distributed. Seaborn offers handy function to examine univariant and bivariant distributions. One possible way to look at an univariant distribution is actually Seaborn is by using the dist plot. Here I have just specified that dist plot. Okay, so actually this function, actually this will draw a histogram and fit at kernel density estimation, which we just say KDE. Okay, so KDE, and here by using that KDE plot, we are just going to use or we are going to draw a histogram for any variant distribution, whether univariant or bivariant. Okay, let me just see one by one. First, we load the data set, and here we are just making use of uh, uh, that is age, salary, hours. Okay, that is what the exact data set. Yeah, it is loaded, and with the background, that is the white style, and with this dist plot, we are just going to make use of the distribution function with x-axis with age and y label with the density. And let me just make use of, see here, dear friends, so here the exact smoothening of histogram for a univariant distribution has been plotted. A univariant distribution has been plotted, and let me just visualize the KDE plot. That is, KDE plot is in kernel density estimation plot. Let I just make the same thing with the data locations of that attribute, and see here, dear friends, how smoothen it is, and background the exact histogram has been also been removed, and it just along with the shaded area under the curve, it is was illustrated. See how it is used. Okay, let me just see one more example with the bivariant. Okay, so plotting a bivariant distribution, and see here dear, for your visualizing bivariant distribution, we need three different plots. Actually the first two plots, we use the join plot. Okay, and which creates a multi-panel figure, and that shows both the joint relationship between both variable and the corresponding marginal distribution. And next I have scatter plot, which just shows each observation as plots on x and y axis. Okay, additionally a histogram for each variables, it is that is also shown according to this one. So first let me just make use of the data set, loading it, and next with the white background let me make use of the join plot. Okay, and see here it is the scattered with marginal histogram that has been shown. And when possibly, that is actually it is also possible to use the KDE. Okay, KDE here, the procedure to visualize bivariant distribution. Okay, so that is what used here. Okay, so that joint distribution, which is just shows a contour plot, and let me just demonstrate it with this snippet. Let I execute it and see here dear friends, this is what the exact output. Actually, see the joint distribution, which just shows us a contour plot in the center actually of the diagram. This is the darker the color, the higher the density. The darker the color here, the higher the density it would be there. And the marginal distribution here, this is the exact marginal distribution which just shows or visualized on the top here and the right side of that plotting. So above we have just seen the scatter, and here we are just seeing it with the contour plot for bivariant. Okay, next let me just move on to the next advanced plot, that is visualizing pairwise relationship. See, dear friends, actually for visualizing multiple pair relationship in a data set, Seaborn offers the pair plot function. This function actually creates a matrix where off diagonal element, see actually visualize the relation between each pair of variables, and the diagonal elements uh, just shows the marginal distribution. Okay, and see let me just make use of this data set. I just load it, and here we are just making use of the pair plot. Okay, and mainly the exact attribute we are just making conscious onto that of education. So let me see how the pair plot is shown. It just takes a few, yeah, see here dear friends. It just seems to be small, colorful, and actually a pair plot also called as a correlogram. And actually this is how it just shows it. Actually as scatter plots are shown for all variable pairs on the off diagonal. See actually this is diagonal, and here the scatter plots it shows the off diagonal. And while the KD is in the sense which we just say kernel density estimations are shown on the diagonal here. Okay, and here the groups are highlighted by different colors, and where the groups here it is much more having so many classes like bachelor degrees or higher, high school diploma, associated degree, attend a college, no degree, no diploma. So there are few more classes here which is just shown in the scatter plot, and with the KDE smoothing, that is what KDE plot. And here which we just say the Seaborn pair plot with diagonally the KDE and off diagonally with the scatter. Okay, next but not the least one is the violin plot. Actually, a different approach to visualizing statistical measure is by using this violin plots. Actually, they combine both box plot with the kernel density estimation procedure that actually we have described or we have discussed previously itself. Okay, so it provides richer descriptions of the variable distribution. Additionally, the quartile and whisker value for the box plot. And let me just see it with an example. See here, dear friends, how it just shows the violin plot, and we are just having the data set of the same salary.csv and with the style as white grid, and we are just taking the parameter of education in the x-axis and salary in the y-axis, where the hue, that is the exact legend which we are just going to take as a class here, it is gender. And see here, dear friends, this violin plot shows both statistical measure and the probability distribution. The data is divided into educational group, which are shown in the x-axis, okay, shown in the x-axis, and the gender group, which are highlighted by the different color here, men and women, oh sorry, male and female, like that. So this is how the combination of box and the density estimation, that is kernel density estimation, that provides the violin plot.